Hi everybody, it's Shelby at Steps on Broadway, and today I'm going to do a tap shoe review for you. I'm going to talk about Capezio K360's. If you are a professional tap dancer, I'm sure you own a few pairs of these, if not just one. I really don't know many professional tap dancers that don't have at least one pair of Ks. But if you are younger and your feet are just now stopping growing and you want to get a really serious pair of tap shoes, or if you just haven't tried this brand, I'm going to talk about them for you, even though they are probably the most commonly bought and used tap shoe for a professional tap dancer. So here's my K360, and I cannot lie to you, these are not brand new. They are definitely, they've seen better days, but this is, I think, a double build. They come without the build, and then you have to sort of request either a double or a triple build depending on how much platform you want, and which also helps make a louder sound. Also, when you're going on your toe, some people like different amounts in here. I got my first pair of Ks when I was 19 years old. It was when my feet had just stopped growing, and I was in New York for Break the Floor. And so I bought my first pair of Ks, and at the time there was a man that was an older man named Pete, and he used to custom, personally, by hand, build up the tap shoes, and they were an incredible, incredible quality. Pete has since passed away, and so now it's done more in bulk. So I will say the quality is not quite the same as when Pete was there, but it's still one of the best professional tap shoes on the market. That being said, they are on the pricier side. So to me, it makes the most sense to start to get these once your feet have stopped growing. And they do last many years. They probably lasted longer when Pete was around, but they still last a few years. I've had these for a while. And they just are a great, very loud, very strong tap shoe. They're not too hard to break in. I will say when I first got a pair though, and I had been used to dancing in just a little tap shoe with no build, I did need to get used to having a much heavier, thicker sole on the shoe. But I will also say that compared to some other brands, these aren't as hard of leather, and you can break them in. I would still recommend, with the shoes that you had before, kind of switching off and letting this happen gradually, but I don't think the break-in process is too bad. Now, I've told you before in other videos that I have a very narrow heel. So my one complaint for people like me with very narrow heels is that this section right here is actually really wide, and so when my foot is in the shoe, there's actually space left on both sides, and so my foot does kind of come in and out of the shoe when I'm tapping, which is not exactly ideal, and it's probably not great for my body. So if you do have a narrow heel like me, you could probably be much smarter than I am and put some sort of pad in there so that doesn't happen. I've just sort of gotten myself used to it, but that is something I would say is definitely, specifically with this brand, a little bit of an issue for me. And then also, the soles sometimes do come out and get really worn out, so sometimes I just have to stick a new sole in them and like rip this guy out. But I think they're just a great shoe, and if you really want to try a professional tap shoe and you're willing to put the money in, I would definitely try a pair of Capezio K360's, and I get them built up to a double. I prefer that to a triple or a single, and I will put the website below, but it's just a Capezio shoe, and if you go, especially to the one on, I think it's 51st and Broadway, and they size you, that's a great place to buy these. They definitely have them there, and you can also custom order. And I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you're gonna buy these, and also like this video if you miss Pete, because he was the best ever, and I'm so sad he's passed away, and it's just not exactly the same as when he personally custom built these. So go ahead and buy them if you're willing to put the money in, and I will see you in my next review. Thanks for watching. Bye.